Good evening, everybody.
No.
Oh, how are you doing?
Yeah, it's all right. Things have slowed way down at work, which is great.
Yeah, because now we're starting to hit that wall, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Where people just don't want to go get their vaccinations.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
which is okay. You know what?
There's
To
a
each
surplus
their own.
population, and it's
to each their own. You know, it's if you want to get it, get it. If you don't, well, nobody can tell you have to.
Oh, people can tell you until they're red in the face, but it's not going to make a difference.
Right.
Which is, I mean, that's the whole idea of, it's kind of funny when we think about, well, it would be easy to do blah, 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 blah. Well, no, it wouldn't, because this, out of any place in the world, our lovable experiment of a country is a place where we just said to somebody wearing a crown, hey, up yours, we're going to go start our own country. We don't want people telling us what to do.
Well, and to be very honest, you know, it's it's an experiment, but you know what? The founding documents of this country, with a few minor changes for modern age, actually was very well thought out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But over the many years, the government and the people, you know, have voted other things to alter, you know, in its own way. So,
well, and if you think about the spiritual ancestor, if you will, of the Constitution being the Magna Carta, you know, the principles upon which our democracy were founded have been tested for a long time, and like you say, they were tweaked, and it's good that they were written, you know, they were written in such a way that said, yeah, we anticipate that in the future we're going to need to amend this. I mean, and even right away, yeah, there's these other 10 things we want.
Well, and the thing is, though, is the founding fathers made it so that, you know, technically, if it got to a point where the Constitution no longer worked, you know, with whatever came in the future, it was, you know, they had made it so that it could be, I don't want to say wiped away or the slate wiped clean, but they made it so that, you know,
it could be rewritten.
It could be rewritten. It could be, you know, tried again. Because yes, it is an experiment, but, you know, it's, I don't know. There's some stuff that the Constitution I truly agree with, and I wish we could go back to, you know, like the states having control of certain things, because the states know better how to, what their population needs than what a larger government needs.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's some other stuff, but you know what? It's a philosophical discussion for other days, and I guess the way I look at it is I have my shot, and I haven't grown a third arm, so I'm okay. And if somebody doesn't want to get one, well, that's freedom of, you know, autonomy. That's their right.
Freedom of choice.
It's a freedom of choice. Whether it's right or wrong, nobody is.
Well, you can't prove a negative, so I mean, somebody will come up and give a list of concerns, and they will say, these are concerns I have, and a lot of them are based on, a lot of those concerns are based on medical experience, or
Right.
the seeing whether it's causality or correlation, things that have happened with other issues. And you cannot say, okay, well, if you did get it, that would not happen to you. So you can't prove that negative. So, it's like, if you've got a really good reason, then
by all means.
That's.
But
yeah,
there's too many people nowadays that listen to social media without doing their own research.
Yeah.
And it's just an echo chamber, and it's sad. But
you've got that right.
Again, that is a discussion for later. We have a game to play.
Yes, in a few minutes we do. Oh, in a few minutes, in a few seconds we do. Hey, Paul.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
Doing well. Hey, Michael.
We're all here, I believe.
I see. Let me just double check with this. Oh!
We are all here.
We are all here. Wonderful. I was looking on the screen at the play map, and I wasn't seeing everybody. I was like, oh, is everybody here? And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take it away.
Hey, welcome everybody to the Sword Coast Chronicles, session 43, a session that I like to call By St. Markovia's Bones. Last time we left our heroes, they were in the courtyard of the Abbey of St. Markovia. Well, most of them were in the courtyard. Ireena was kind of
hiding away,
begrudgingly taking the advice of Esmeralda and Rictavio to keep herself sort of inside the abbey, where they have been told there are wards that will keep her safe. Outside in the courtyard, we have some dead and dying attackers, and some folks who are just a little bit angry at having their nice adventure disturbed by attacks. Also, everybody, please pay no attention to the Barovian commoner on the field. That is just there so that it enables the dynamic lighting to work correctly, so that people watching the stream can actually see what's happening on the battlefield. But you have determined that there are several whites and one other humanoid that has pointy fangs that is currently restrained and prone on the ground near Krenraid. Krenraid is in melee with one of the whites. Ireena has just had her turn, which means it's the end of one round, and that means we can go ahead to the top of the next round. And Mulek.
But before he goes, you have to do the two on the roof's turn.
Okay, before he goes, yes. All right, you guys hear downstairs. Actually, Ireena would hear this more clearly because the courtyard, or the interior of the abbey where where she is, and I'm going to have to move this commoner so that people can kind of see the area that she's in. Okay, this area here is kind of open to the sky, and there are walls around it, and the your two allies are like up here on top of the walls, looking back kind of over the hill and down the hill that's behind this abbey, and they say, we have some enemies trying to claw their way up the hill. They don't look exactly human.
We're still on the starting slate, Galaban.
Oh, yes. Okay, so there we go. So the commoner is in here. The voices of Rictavio and Esmeralda are coming from up here on this wall, and then everybody else is out fighting in the courtyard out here. So, as I said, we will pay no attention to the Barovian commoner, which is kind of acting as our camera person. And Mulek, you can take it away.
All right, Mulek's gonna step to the side here to get a better view around Krenraid on this one. Before he does anything, Scout's gonna fly down to help me out. He's gonna distract him.
Okay.
Fly back, and then I'm gonna reach out my hand and shoot a firebolt at this one right here.
Shoot a firebolt, okay.
So 27
Oh, yeah, 27 is definitely going to hit.
for 10 fire.
For 10 fire damage. All right, so let's do this. And let me just make sure. Okay. All right. And how would you like to kill this wight?
The firebolt's just gonna blast through it, and it's gonna just turn into dust.
Okay. All right. Krenraid. A mote of fire comes over your shoulder, blasts into the face of this thing in front of you, and it just and falls down into a heap. And then there's just the other humanoid, undead-looking thing with fangs standing next to you.
And
Anything else, Krenraid,
Yeah.
or anything else, Mulek?
Yeah, so while Krenraid's watching this firebolt come across, he's going to turn around and he's going to see Chunk walk up and attack this guy prone on the ground that he's holding down.
Advantage!
Oh, nice.
So he's first going to bite him.
Ooh,
Oh,
crunchy.
Or not. That was a 9.
9. I think a 9 will probably miss. Let me just double check. Okay. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's gonna miss.
All right, so he misses with the bite, and then he's going to swipe at him with his claws. Look at the claw attack.
18 will hit
Nice.
For 6.
for 6 slashing.
The first time around, I kind of like on too big of a grapple, right? And then the second time around, I noticed the bear, like, oh, right, hold it to him.
Yeah, he's trying not to bite your hands. He's trying not to bite your arms. So he
Yeah.
missed. And then I will step back. So I went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And that's my turn.
Okay. Faldor, you are up. You see now one enemy that is still standing in the courtyard, with a bear and an angry dwarf flanking it.
Hello.
Whoa, Michael. If you're trying to talk, I can't hear you.
Very quiet, Michael. I did barely make it out, though.
Yeah, double check your sound settings, Michael, because you're hardly. No.
Testing 1 2.
That's marginally better, but you're still really super quiet.
My headset. Sorry about that. I'm my action in case.
Now we can't hear you at all. Nope, nothing.
It's like faintly audible at the moment.
It's like a whisper.
You want to hold your action? I heard that.
Okay, hold your action. All right.
Until if he happens to break free from the ground.
Okay, yeah. I still can't hear what you're saying. I can just hear you kind of mumbling.
He's going to hold his action and just in case the guy breaks free from the grapple, and then he's going to shoot him. I think was what he was trying to say.
Okay. All right. So we will then skip over Thaldor and go to Dez, and hopefully Michael can figure out his microphone before his turn comes up again. All right. Dez.
Yes.
What would you like to do?
All right. So
Thunder. No.
yeah. So is this a bad guy here?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Where the hell did I go? Oh, I'm clear over here. Jesus. How did I end up over there? Oh. All right, never mind. Okay, so this guy here, I am going to Well, flug him and budge. Boy, this is kind of a hard one. I apologize. I should have been ready. What's this one do? Okay. Nope. All right. So I guess just for shits and giggles, since everybody is crowded in so closely, I am going to pull out my sling and take a shot at him.
Okay, now what's the range on your sling?
30/120.
Yeah, so if you can move, I don't know what your move speed is, but if you can move to 35, if you can move 35 feet forward,
I can only move 30.
Okay, well, you're going to have disadvantage on your attack roll then because of your range.
Unfortunately, she would have had disadvantage anyway because it's prone.
Oh, he
Well,
is
that's
prone.
true.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
so-
Okay. Well, then in that case, I think I might know what I can do. Possibly.
As a druid, would you have any spells that could target a single creature and not
See,
an
that's
area?
what I'm kind of like looking at, but it depends on what I've. Yeah. See, a lot of them are like a radius.
Mm-hmm.
You do have that storm thing in concentration currently.
Yeah, aren't you concentrating on that storm thing? Can you send another?
You mean
the thing, the
lightning.
thing you? Yeah.
lightning? Yes. Okay. Sorry.
Can't you send another?
Nothing to
Again.
say so for it, just a friendly reminder.
Let's see here. Lightning. Call lightning.
There you go.
let's see here. Yes, I can call that at level 3. Boop.
Okay, so it requires a dex save of 16 on
And
his
he's
part.
prone.
And he's prone, so he gets disadvantage on the dex saves, I believe.
Yes.
So he is going to... Oh, 5. That's a failure. So he's going to take 11 points of damage.
Damage.
Right? He's going to take 11 points. Alright, so minus 11. Alright. Now, do you want to move or do you want to stay put?
I'm gonna stay put for the time being since I'm concentrating.
Okay.
I have allies around me.
Okay. And I just forgot until it was Dez's turn. Falager, why don't you go ahead and click on your token. You should see yourself right there near the door next to where Mulek and Dez are. Click on your token and roll initiative, and we can slot you in wherever it goes. If you have an initiative higher than an 18, we'll let you go ahead and take your turn now. Otherwise, you'll take your turn when you slot in. 15. Okay. All right. So, let's see. All right. That's cool. I can just move you up into the order here. Come on. Come on. Actually, you will be next right after Dez. So, you're done then, Dez?
Yep.
Okay. Falager. Okay, here's the situation. You guys came to this abbey, and you met the abbot, who got called away to the town below. You also met a woman named Esmeralda, who happens to be apparently an old apprentice of Rictavio. They have run up to the second floor because there's apparently a disturbance. They also told Ireena to stay inside the abbey because there are active wards here. The rest of you responded to a disturbance outside in which you saw 4 wights along with some other pale undead looking thing that has fangs stalking towards the abbey from way out here up to the north. And all of the wights are currently dead. The bear and the dwarf are attacking the other thing. What would you like to do?
This commoner right here, is that
No, that's just a token so that the stream can see that. Don't ignore it.
okay? So I don't so I could run up and
This is your target right here.
Yep.
So you have ranged weapons, you have ranged spells, you have melee stuff. You can figure out what you want to do.
Does that enemy look particularly healthy or strong, or I mean, what am I seeing?
Well, I don't
He's
know if
currently
Krenraid.
prone.
I don't know if Krenraid yelled it out last time, but after it was dealt some injuries last time, Krenraid saw some of those injuries heal up.
Oh.
And yes, it is prone, but it's not bloodied yet.
No, I just laughed at it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, It healed.
Healed itself.
Okay.
Kill thyself.
All right. Well, let's have some fun. Since I can't use that. I will cast a 4th level guiding bolt at it.
Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh. 4th level guiding bolt. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah.
Ace.
22 will hit. And 32 radiant damage. Ooh, 32 radiant damage. Let us take a look. Okay. All right.
He rolled high on that one.
Yes. Krenraid, you definitely see that really hurt this thing, and it kind of screams. And its skin blisters and bubbles and boils, and it is bloodied after that guiding bolt. Would you like to move or do anything, Faliger?
Yeah, I'll move up.
Okay.
Speed 30. Okay.
And then, does Faliger have any bonus actions or anything to do?
Not this time, no.
Okay. All right. So I'll let you go ahead and get moved, and then I will advance the turn. Krenraid, you get a front row seat for this. You look down, and the creature on the ground, its wounds do not appear to heal up this time.
Nice.
Interesting.
Now he got blasted with lightning the last round, and his wounds did heal up, but he got blasted by whatever that was that Faliger did to it, and he does not heal up after that.
Turns out some finger waggling's better than some other finger waggling.
Yes. Now, I saw we had an indication on here that he was restrained, and I forgot why he was restrained.
Because he's grappled.
Oh, that's right. You have him grappled. All right. So, he is going to ooh. Okay. He is going to attempt to grapple you.
Hmm?
So let's see if he hits with his claw attack, because he does have to do a claw attack and hit with that. And then there's an escape DC you have to match. Will an 18 hit Krenraid?
It won't, because it has disadvantage.
Has disadvantage, 10. So a 10 will not hit Krenraid. So he is very sad about that. In that case, he's just going to try to claw you again. And an 8 will not do it. So he is extremely sad. The whites all molder, and their bones kind of all just smoke and reek. And Krenraid, you are up.
You're getting a bit handsy, mates. But I also noticed you're getting a bit bloody. Noticing this, I'm gonna drag him towards Faliger. I'm gonna go my full distance.
Okay, let's see. Now, you're dragging. Now, see, this is where the whole do we want to use encumbrance or do we not want to use encumbrance comes into play. I feel like, and it could just be me misremembering something from another edition. I feel like if you're trying to drag somebody, it cuts your speed in half. Am I thinking of a different edition, or
in 5e, as long as he's prone on the ground and is restrained, I can basically take him wherever I want. There's no real
because you have the carrying capacity, your strength allows
Correct.
you to lift his weight. Okay, all right. I'll buy that. All right, so you move your token, and I'll move his token to where it's adjacent to yours.
Exactly. It's got to be within the same kind of like distance. I can
Okay.
throw him as an example, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to go here and then put him to my left. If that's okay.
Okay, so he's very close to, if not adjacent to Faliger at this point.
Yes.
Okay. Faliger, the dwarf is bringing you a present.
Yes. I noticed that you did some finger waggling that really hurt this guy, so I thought I'd bring it. Hey, stop moving. I thought I'd bring him a bit closer.
Okay, so now that was a move. Do you want to make any attacks?
I would love to, yes.
Okay.
I have dropped my maul. Currently, it is down by the gate, so I'm going to make a fist attack.
Okay.
I cast fist.
And at this point now, I think it happens for some barbarians at a certain level, but at this point, are your unarmed attacks considered magical attacks?
My first one is because of Divine Fury.
Okay.
Enhances the attack. My second attack will not be.
Okay, all right. So first attack is magical.
It is with advantage, so give me a chance to have another look at that. Oh dear.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So, celestial energy surrounds Krenraid's hand, unbeknownst to him almost. He's just reveling in the announced of it, and he just completely misses, trying to punch him into the ground. And he comes in again as normal.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Krenraid.
Yeah, you're just not having any luck.
Wow.
This guy's really nimble. What can I say?
Yeah, Krenraid is so excited about this that he's got this rush of adrenaline, and Faliger, as you see him, he's just at that point where somebody is so full of adrenaline they're kind of trembling when he goes to punch, and he just swings wildly and misses both times. But he's got this he keeps one hand firmly held on this creature there that has the bubbled and boiling skin.
Don't worry, it's a scare tactic.
I totally meant to do that. Yeah.
Okay, and Ireena, you've heard Rictavio and Esmeralda up above. What would Ireena want to do?
Ireena was told by them to stay inside, don't show herself to others, whatever. She'll still grudgingly pace herself back and forth and wait for someone to call her name or see if something goes wrong. Then she'll use her action to go run up the stairs or run outside, but she's content, sadly, of where she is right now.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay, and 3, 2, 1. We have Mulek.
So I accidentally pushed the button too soon, but I'm gonna reach out my hand and I'm shooting magic missile at him.
Oh, okay. Magic missile. So you need to roll.
So I did.
Is it first level?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just first level. So I did one already, and then I just gotta do 2 more. Where'd it go? Right
it's so weird that it doesn't automatically do 3 of them at first level, but I guess 3 and 2 is 5. Total is 10, and that is force damage, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Then Faldor, let's see.
Well, hold on. And Chunk is gonna run after as well. So I got.
Oh, okay.
5.
Hang on, Faldor. Sorry.
15, 20, 25, 30, and Chunk's going to make his 2 attacks. So first with his bite, 11,
That'll miss.
and claws. Oh my goodness. Chunk, you're looking
Ugh.
down.
He's with me. He's got the scare
Chunk's
tactic.
too busy
It's
doing the
alright.
truffle shuffle, so, you know.
Let me down.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm done.
Okay. Now, Michael, have we gotten our microphone issues straightened out?
Can't
Still
hear
very
it.
Parent-
quiet, I'm afraid.
Apparently not.
Very,
No.
Very, very quiet.
And I can't hear him at all. Okay.
Nope.
No. No.
You said
Oh.
something, but I couldn't hear him.
Yeah. I just barely hear like just on the edge of. Now, Michael, I know one time before you found out that because your microphone is kind of unidirectional, you're talking into the back of it. Have you tried turning it around, talking into the other side of it? See if that helps. No.
Yeah, he said, give me a second, hold on. Maybe his computer is, maybe his mic on his computer is what's picking him up another headset.
Yeah, because it's so weird when, you have Discord that wants to do things with sound. You have Windows that wants to do things with sound. And then when you're running the stream like I am, you've got OBS that wants to do things with. It's just everything just kind of doesn't always like talking to each other. And then if you have any kind of sophisticated software running sound or something like that, then sometimes that adds even another layer of stuff to it. So you gotta troubleshoot like 3 or 4 different stupid things every time there's a sound issue.
Yeah, Ken said if we turn his Discord, if we click on Michael and turn it up to 200%, he could hear him.
But not very well.
Oh, you try. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
As soon as we get done with his round and my round, Michael, if you want me to, I can jump off and get into a chat with you to have you try stuff. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the troubleshooting portion of the session where we figure out what is going on with and it's a bug that always.
Can you hear me now?
Oh
Yes.
yes, there we go. Now
Goodness
there you
gracious.
go. In fact, your microphone's a little hot now. So
Is that better?
yeah, that's better.
Perfect.
That's better.
Sorry about that.
One-
No, so I moved positions. What I did was I'd moved from the kitchen to the living room just for better comfort. Don't have a good way to mount my USB mic, my boom mic. So I just went ahead and picked it up where it was laying and said, you know what, screw it. I was using my headset, but apparently my headset mic don't like me too much.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay,
Actually,
well.
I just figured out. Sorry, hold on. Give me 1 second. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you fine.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I just muted. Yeah, my mic was muted on the side of my headset. That's what was the problem.
That's right.
Sounded like I was muffled. Anyways, so
which makes sense because normally you're on the boom mic. You don't want the other mic to pick up an echo and have a weird
yeah.
sound quality. Yeah. Okay. No,
So,
that's
anyways,
perfect, man.
now that you can hear me and I don't have to hold this boom mic up to my face, I moved 30 feet. I'm going to use a bonus action to get closer to him. So another 5 feet, even though I could move my total distance, I believe, with a bonus action. Then I'm going to take out, this is a first, not a first, but something you don't see me do very often. I'm actually going to take out my silvered sword that I have, and I'm going to stab him.
Yes, and you have 2 allies, or possibly 3 allies within melee range.
And I do get advantage because he's on the ground, correct?
Correct.
Yes, you do.
I'll hold him to you as I'm tussling on the
There we
ground.
go.
Stab him, get him.
So the 20 will hit for a total of 20 damage. Hey, Thaldor, how would you like to kill this guy?
Oh, this is going to be great. So as Crinraid's holding in there and he's squirming, and I just want him to look me in the eyes real quick as I take the sword and plunge straight through where his heart would be and just smile. It's like, you demented piece of, and just stab him.
Okay, you stab him, and he's and his jaws sort of almost kind of jut out as his lips peel back, and you can see his fangs there. And then he just sort of drums his heels on the ground, and and he clutches at the blade of your sword, and then and he collapses and lays still.
Also, right before I pull my sword out, I want to bend down and take my dagger and cut one of his teeth out.
Ew.
Okay.
I want one of his vampire fangs.
Okay. As you reach down to cut his one of his fangs out, you see that his body undergoes a very slight but mild transformation. The canines return to normal human-looking canines, and his skin gets almost a healthy pallor before, and then from around the stab wound, instead of sort of a black ichor-like blood, crimson red human blood flows out. So
yeah, I sheathe my dagger as I'm watching this happen, and I'm just curious. Like, I guess I'd call over Mulek. Mulek, come here.
Yeah. So now Crenraid is there, Falliger is there, Thaldor is there. You guys all saw this happen, so you can make any kind of checks you might want to for trying to make sense of what you just saw.
Well, first I'm letting go and ditching him and just wiping the blood off me because I'm probably covered in it.
Yeah.
Oh, good hit there. I'm glad someone was able to. I got a bit punched.
Was able to hit him.
Damn, James, that one.
I would say probably, and it's my fault. I would say probably either a nature or a survival check would be what you'd be looking for. So the Arcana investigation would be.
You said a nature or an Arcana?
A nature or survival.
Oh.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Those druids, they know their nature.
Yeah. Mulek and Thaldor, you start to reach a conclusion, and you're almost about to say it when Dez just looks down, spits in the dirt, pulls the pipe out of his teeth, and says, "Yep, what you got there is a vampire spawn."
What I thought. What's Dez? What's the difference between a spawn and a regular vampire?
Dez, you know that a spawn is someone that has been bitten 3 times by a vampire and has become a thrall and a servant under the control of a vampire, but does not yet have the full vampiric powers. So it has some of the vampiric powers, but the bite of a vampire spawn is nasty and it can be lethal, but a vampire spawn cannot turn you into another vampire spawn.
Gotcha. So I'll reiterate all of this just kind of in my slow, languid demeanor, as if I'm trying to have a normal conversation.
Okay.
And then stick the pipe
Interesting.
back in my mouth.
Okay, and then about this time, you all hear, "Could use some help up here!" From the roof.
I guess we're running.
How high is the roof?
Okay.
Ireena hears that, she would go running because she was holding her action to run up the stairs anyhow.
Okay, alright. Well then, what I am going to do is I am just going to get all of you wonderful little tokens and our observer token. I'm going to put them all together on a little teleporter pad. And I'm going to have Scotty energize, and we're just going to move you to a different map all at once. So we can do that, and I guess Bear will be coming with us.
Oh, that's not right.
Okay, so now we'll do all of this, and we'll copy, and then we'll go over to now what's weird is it's the same module, the same building, the upper floor, but they changed the orientation of it. So now the directions you think you know are not the directions that you know. So
Silly.
yeah, put you guys here, and what you see is so just to give you this area out here is the courtyard that you guys were in. Oh, I guess it is the same.
We haven't changed maps yet.
Oh, you haven't changed maps yet.
And Galabon, as we're running, I pull out my silent or horn of silent alarm, and I'm blowing on that to see if my other creatures hear it, and if they do, I had told them to come to me.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know the range. I think it's either 600 or 800 feet. It's 600 feet. So if they're within 600 feet from where we're at, then they will hear it and come. If not, nothing happens.
Okay. Actually, I should let you guys just move around. You can move around to anywhere along this wall here. And you see that those are, yes, those are scarecrows. And what you see on the hillside down below the abbey, you see a group of 5 creatures. 2 of those creatures, and they are climbing up a side of a steep hill. 2 of those creatures appear very much like the guy that Thaldor just killed outside, and they are just sort of scrambling up this sheer rock, and having no more trouble climbing up than, let's say, something like a spider would.
Ugh.
They just are, very nimbly scrabbling up. Behind them and a little bit lower and coming up, you see 3 humanoid-looking creatures that are covered in thick fur and have sort of a canine-looking head, and are snarling and scrabbling their way up. They've got canine features on their legs and arms and whatnot. And it looks like you have 2 more vampire spawns, and then whatever a humanoid that looks vaguely wolf-like would be. So you can make a. So I'm going to add a turn for Rictavio. I'm going to put Rictavio at 5 5.10, and then I'm going to put Esmeralda at 5.12. Okay. And then we just had Thaldor's turn, so we'll just say that all that stuff took place between people's turns. I'm not going to make people re-roll, and I'm not going to make people change their, change who's up, because I don't want to have anybody miss a turn. So let's see here. Whoops. Okay, come on. I need to move her up above. There we go. All right. So now we're set. Thaldor, that was your turn. I'll just go ahead and advance to Dez. All right, Dez, you are up, and what you're seeing these these vampire spawns, since you're the one that knows what they are.
Yeah.
They're roughly 100 feet below the walls of the abbey. Climbing up, the werewolves are probably. Oh, did I say that out loud? Canine-like humanoids are about another 100 feet below them, so maybe about 200 feet below the walls. So, and then I haven't forgotten Mulek, but I need to do a little quick check on something.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Which one? So we have this guy here.
Okay.
And
yeah.
that's one of the bad guys, right?
Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay. Let me go back to the map that you guys are on real quick. I thought I was going to have a chance to do something, but I did not. Okay, so let me come on here, you dummy. No. Okay, so yes, those the enemies you can see And the shadow things make it kind of hard to see. You can see an enemy here. You can see an enemy here. You can see an enemy here.
Okay.
You can see an enemy here. And then you can see an enemy here. And the enemies that are closest to the wall are the ones that are highest up.
Okay.
So
All right.
they are.
So, I do a little bibbidi bobbidi boo, finger waggling, and cast Moonbeam.
Moonbeam.
On this one.
Oh, on that one there. Okay.
So
So
let me show you the spell.
yeah.
You really did take all my spells, didn't you?
16. All right. So
And
that's
I will. Okay, go ahead.
needs a con save of 16. Oh no, he fails.
And it's radiant damage.
Yes, 15. It was this guy, right? So 15.
Correct.
radiant. Actually, that's not a guy; it's a girl. But
Okay. Whatever.
she looked like a lady. And I am going. I am going to put a symbol on her so that I know that she's under some kind of strange effect here. All right. Come on, you. Golly. It's Come on, come on, come on, come on. There you go. There you go. I put the little radiation thing on him to show that he's taking radiant damage. All right. Anything else for you, Des?
Nope.
Okay, then we'll go ahead and advance the turn. And Falisher, you are up.
We're in combat with someone else, huh?
Yes. 2 more of those things that you guys saw coming in the courtyard from the other direction, and they are now climbing up the hill towards the back of the abbey, along with 3 humanoid wolf-like creatures.
Okay.
And the closest ones are about 100 feet from you. Down.
So this, I can't see because this lighting pillar is a little weird, but
Okay, yeah, you and Falisher, what I was saying before is you can for free move your token over here to this side of the thing. So you don't have to count that as part of your movement. You can set anywhere like between where the owl is and over here on the other side of Esmeralda. So wherever you think you'd like to go. And the same goes for the bear and for Krenraid.
Mm-hmm.
I'll shoot a guiding bolt at this guy, just the first level.
Okay. Okay, and a
10 misses.
10 will miss, yes, unfortunately.
It's my turn.
Okay. Oh. Well, I do need to go ahead and I'm going to remove this guy from the thing, and I will I'm going to change it to I'm going to add a turn. And I'm going to it doesn't really matter when they go, so Krenraid, you can go ahead and go, because they're not going to be close enough to do anything for at least another round. So Krenraid, you are up. Paul, if you're trying to talk, I can't hear you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, I guess, they're all down there and I'm all the way up here. It's not really the place I want to be, but it's gonna have to do. So, gonna drop my maul again, saunter over to one of these battlements and just unsheath a javelin, prepare to lob it as hard as I can at one of these, the closest one, which I guess is Rosalia person.
Okay.
So, sorry, is this a separate combat encounter or is it the same one?
It's a different one. Same turn.
I am using the same initiative, but there has been a gap of time, so we can call it a separate one if that helps you to reset anything.
Oh, it's just I don't know whether to re-rage or not.
Oh, you know what? No, I'm gonna say it's the same one for purposes of that. So
after angrily walking up the stairs, then I'm gonna angrily sort it over here and just lob this down at them.
Angrily lobbing it down. Thank you.
Okay.
That one's a miss. Gonna unsheath another and aim a bit better this time, he hopes. There it is.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And that is.
Oh no! Wait a second. Okay. They're more than 30 feet away, so you'd have disadvantage on these.
They are? Oh, how far?
Yeah. They're about 100 feet below you.
Oh damn! I didn't realize you were that high up.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah. This abbey sits up on like an 800-foot tall bluff that rises from the surrounding area, and this side of it is very sheer, all the way down towards the ground. So, yeah. Okay. All right, I'm going to say that the first one, I'm going to count the 10 and a 26 as the first attack. That one will miss because the 10 will not hit. Go ahead and make one more to be disadvantage for the second attack, and we'll see if you hit. A 17 will hit. So 17 deals 7 damage.
Plus, because it's a strike, and thankfully to you, I'm still raging. It's going to be empowered ones as he draws back the second javelin, arrogantly throwing it downwards. It's infused with some kind of yellowish energy, which again, Krenraid doesn't even seem to notice or care about.
Okay.
And then it's going to strike with the extra 1d6 plus 3.
Okay, and what type of damage is that? Just for curiosity. It has radiant. Okay, so total is 7 and 8. Total is 15 damage. Okay. All right. And it does not like that. Now Rosalia has a javelin that is in her ribs.
Good catch.
Missed their part.
All right. So
it.
Krenraid,
Thank you.
anything else? Okay. All right, then Ireena.
Horrible time to yawn. Okay. Question before I take my turn, just because it slipped my mind. So for the javelin, the range is 30, 120. So what is disadvantage, normal throw, and disadvantage, right? Under 30, you have disadvantage. 30,
No.
120 is
You up to 30 feet. 30 feet and below is normal. 31 feet to 120 is disadvantage. Beyond 120, your weapon is ineffective. You cannot even try to hit a target that's
Okay.
Over 120 feet away.
What is my range on my heavy crossbow again? Because it doesn't say on the sheet.
Oh, it's like 180, I think.
Yeah, it's high.
Let me really
400.
quickly.
100 to 400.
Well, I think what she's mainly worried about is the normal range. So let me just double check. Come on. 100 feet, and then 400 feet for disadvantage.
So Ireena will pull up from her crossbow from her back, and then her heavy crossbow from her back, and aim it at whoever everyone's targeting to. Rose. I cannot do
Rosalia,
names.
yeah.
Yes, her, and shoot a bullet.
Okay.
No bullet, a bolt.
Yeah, we knew what you meant. That's fine.
Oh my
Okay.
god. Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna miss. 10 is gonna miss. And it buries into the ground next to her. And
I kind of slap it slightly and say, "Stupid thing."
and then we have okay. Anything else, Ireena?
Should kind of try and duckish a bit so she isn't very easily seen. Just in case.
Okay.
So stealth for
Okay.
that, right?
Yeah, you can make a stealth check to hide.
And would I have
Yeah.
advantage because I'm up so high, or no?
Yeah, I would say that you have advantage on hiding.
Okay. Don't matter either way.
Yeah, you're sort of spotted, and you notice. Actually, everybody notices that when Ireena ducks down, Rosalia hisses and throws a finger out in her direction, and calls out something to the others that is in a language that you all do not comprehend, because it's a very old form of a language of this realm. Okay. All right. So now we're waiting on Esmeralda, which means, come on, character sheet, hurry up and open. Yeah, I like and I hate this dynamic lighting. I think this dynamic lighting is responsible for a lot of the issues we're having the last couple of weeks. So
Yep.
we may not continue using it after tonight. 'Cause it's one of those things. It's a good idea in theory, but they haven't really executed it very well. Yeah, got that right. Okay. She is going to see. What does this one do? Come on. Oh. Whoa. Okay. Then she will instead. She's going to point down at the creature. Oh, yes. Actually, she's going to move over here. Is that where she wants to be? I think that is where she wants to be. She's going to move over there. And she is going to look over at Ireena, give Ireena a grin, point her finger down the side of the hill, and cast lightning bolt. And so DC 14 dexterity save in these guys' futures. So one dexterity save. Well, that makes it for. Oh, they both make it. All right. So they both take 13 points of damage. And Esmeralda looks a little bit crestfallen. That did not go as well as she hoped it would. So it's minus 13. And then this is minus 13. Okay. And, is that? Yes, it is. It's good enough. The one that everybody has been attacking, Rosalia, she is now bloodied. Alright, so, that is Esmeralda. Rictavio. He looks over at Esmeralda and says, well, I see you've been practicing what I taught you. And he will then turn. No, he's going to run. He is going to run. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. He is going to run over here and get next to Ireena. And he says, I am going to put a ward on your child. But I'm afraid I'm out of breath right now. Because he had to use his full round to move, he doesn't have enough to do an action to cast a spell. So, Mulek, you are up.
So seeing that lightning bolt fly down, can I, if I move right here and cast Flaming Sphere, that has a range of 60 feet, and then I can move it up another 30 feet. Will that give me enough to reach this person, Rosalia? Since your lightning bolt is 100 feet and it went all the way over here.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll say it will.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere at 4th level.
Really? Have they nerfed Lightning Bolt and it's only 100 feet now? I thought it was like 120.
I just looked it up. It's 100 feet.
Okay, they've nerfed it. All right.
Yeah, they nerfed it to the ground. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well,
let's see. Okay, so I I don't know if you can create for me a little flaming ball. It's 5 feet.
What I can do?
Basically, the size of my owl.
No, it's not there. Let's do. Actually,
my damage.
there we go. How about this? And then if I double click it and I put it under the control of Mulek. And then I'm going to say, I'm going to call it flame. Whoops, not that. Spell correctly, please. Please use correct spelling. Alright, so you can see if it will let you move that around, because I put it under your control.
Where is it?
Right here.
Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't see that. Let me
because it's in the middle of the.
Let me.
Okay.
Okay, I got it. I just where I was standing, I couldn't see it. Oh.
Okay.
Goodness gracious! All right, over here and then back over here. All right. Oh. So basically, well, I can't get it on her, but.
Yeah. You just put it adjacent to her.
So it rams in, and Rosalia has to do a dex save against my spell DC of 16.
Okay, dex save. Fails, and so takes 14 fire damage.
Yeah, 14.
Okay, so.
And I'll put this up there just so it's.
Oops. Okay. All right. So, that just does fire damage.
Yes, just fire.
Okay.
Do I notice if it hurts it good, or do I think
it seems to hurt it as much as you think it would?
Okay. And then Scout's gonna fly out, and he's gonna maintain some altitude. He's not gonna get close to these guys. He's just gonna get out and be like above them a bit.
Okay.
And then Chunk is just gonna run over here.
Yeah, you can just put him wherever you want him along that wall.
And I have no idea if my silent horn worked. And I'll just keep my eyes open, and that is my turn.
Okay. All right. What is the movement rate of your creatures?
Let's see.
You have a jackal and a tiger, right?
Yeah.
During other people's turns, PM me what their movement rate is.
Yep, we'll do.
So, all right. Anything else, Saldor?
No, Mulek's done.
Or Mulek. I'm sorry. Now, Thaldor.
Yes. How far down are they?
They're 100 feet below you. The two vampire spawn are 100 feet below you. The other creatures are another 100 feet below them, so they're 200 feet below you.
Ouch.
They're close to 100 feet below you.
Apparently,
about 90 feet below you. Apparently, because of their range of the flaming sphere by this point.
Right, got you. Even at that's still outside. It put me at disadvantage. I mean, the light crossbow can shoot up to 320 feet. That's fine, but I'm going to try it. I'll try to take a shot at the vampire spawn. It's fun.
Okay.
Let's see if I. Yeah, there you go. No.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Big whiff.
That's gonna miss.
Then I'm gonna use my bonus action just to hide behind this little. I'll move out, I guess, 5 feet, and just try to hide behind a pillar.
Okay.
Or duck down, should I say? Let me roll real quick. There we go.
Okay. Then Rosalia, she's getting burned by this sphere, so she crawls over this way 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She crawls over that way. And then this guy crawls 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he's now 60 feet below the walls. He just appears to be coming more or less straight up. And Rosalia looks up. Actually, Rosalia is going to go 60 feet because she doesn't have anything ranged she can do. So she's now 30 feet below the wall here. And she's
hey, Gally,
definitely...
does Dez's spell have in it 120-foot radius?
I think it's a 60-foot radius.
Is it 60 foot for Moonbeam? Or I thought it was 120 feet.
No, Moonbeam.
No. It's 5-foot radius. It's 5-foot radius.
But I can move it 60 foot each turn.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You can move it 60 feet each turn. So she's coming over this way. She's climbing up. So horizontally, you don't have to move it 60 feet to get to her, but because she's kind of crawling sideways and up. And as she gets here, she points up at Ireena, and she says, "The blood of Vallaki is on your hands." And she says that in Ireena's direction. And those two, all they do is move. It is then the turn of these guys, and they kind of, as a unit, all they do is move, and they move 80 feet closer to you. So instead of being 200 feet below the wall, they are now 120 feet below the wall. So that's all they do. Des, you are up.
Well, whoever's the closest, which I think is this one.
That is closest. She's also the one that's been hurt by.
Okay, so I drag the moonbeam right on over and nail her again.
Ow! Okay.
And
so go ahead.
That means I need to roll. La 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 la. There it is. Yes. Ow.
And what's the... Oh, that's not an attack roll. So what kind of save and what's
DC 16.
Yes, but what kind of save is it?
Constitution.
Okay, con.
Hang on.
Okay.
Yep. Let's see here. Yep, Constitution. I was right. Yay!
Failed.
That
so
one.
She takes 6 more points of damage. And she does not like that. Oh, yeah. While it was kind of hard to tell, maybe Mulek was close enough to see it. But Mulek, you notice that some of Horatio's wounds seem to heal up as he was moving, as he was climbing closer to you.
Okay.
All right. Des, anything else?
Nope.
Okay. And then Faliger, your turn.
I will hit this guy again. Another guy
Okay.
with bolt.
Okay. Oh, yes. That will do it. For 11 points of damage. And this time he gets one of these little things because now he has been zapped by radiant energy. Or he's taken radiant damage. So his little regeneration trick won't work. Yeah, I guess with your nat 20 on vampire lore or vampire spawn lore, you would know that radiant damage as well as holy water will keep them from regenerating, and also you will notice, or you would know, that they have the spider climb ability, and they have resistances to non-magic weapons, yada yada yada.
You're talking to me, right?
Yep. Yes.
Yep. Sorry, just making
Krenraid.
sure.
Krenraid, you are up.
Oh, it seems to work pretty well last time, so... in the words of that almighty memester, yeet.
Going to yeet it into the universe.
I will yeet a javelin at the closest one to see who that is. That might still be Rosalia. Is she climbing the wall or is she flying up? What's she doing?
Oh, she's climbing. They're both
Okay.
climbing.
Well, she's still the closest one, I think, to my position, so... Yep, closest target, far away. This is with disadvantage because of the distance. Yeet. Okay.
Oh, 20 will hit. So
I made
you
a little
yeeted
attack.
that. So a total of 10 points of damage. So now there's another javelin sticking out of her. Okay.
Climbing a little hard.
Anything else, Krenraid?
Once again, same attack. 14.
14 will miss.
It's a shame you missed that one, but good job on the first. And free action, I'm going to pick up my maul and get ready to fight. If I'm going to move probably a bit closer to the group over here.
Okay.
Yeah, we go over here.
All right.
That's it for me. Thank you.
Ireena. This creature climbing up the side of the cliff just pointed at you and said that the blood of Laki is on your hands. Wonder what that's all about.
Alright, it looks a little bit confused, like, Bayaki? I haven't killed any of those. Huh? She kind of says, whatever. When she loads her crossbow, that takes an action or is it a free action?
Let's see. It's got the ammunition property, so you can only get one shot per round. So you have to. It's one of those things where with a bow, at certain levels, you can get more than one shot per round. But a heavy crossbow, you will always only ever get one shot per round because you have to load it.
Okay. So
It's a free interact action before you fire for your first shot. So you can do it for free, but you can't fire the second because, as Scally said, you can only fire the one.
Yeah.
makes sense. She'll shoot Rose, the one that starts with R, with the heavy crossbow.
Okay. Oh, well, now you're within range. 22. Now, is this a normal crossbow bolt you're using?
Yes, 'cause it's the only one that I have.
Okay. It hits, and it hits, and it doesn't. It does some damage, but it doesn't do as much as you think it would do.
And by estimate, how long do we have until she reaches the top?
Oh, she will be at the top on her next turn. She's right there.
Okay. Ireena will move 30 feet back then, as far as she can go.
Okay. And Rictavio says, "Yes, child. That's wise." And
She kind of look at him and say, "I'm not no child. I'm very capable of handling myself."
Yeah, she's really good at blowing.
Shut your yapping howler.
And he looks at Esmeralda and he says, "I will put a ward on the girl. You deal with the creature." Esmeralda says, "Right." Anything else for you, Ireena?
No, that is everything.
Okay, so Esmeralda, that was one circle or one used. She's going to go ahead and zap. Oh, have they done something amazing for her? They have. She's gonna do another lightning bolt and zap right through these two. Submit. 23. All right, so Rosalia has to make a dex save and makes it, and the werewolf has to make a dex save and fails. So Rosalia will take 11 points of damage. Oh my goodness. Okay. This vampire spawn turns into a smoking husk, and she lets out a partial scream, and she begins to tumble like a rag doll down the side of the hill, and this guy has to take 23 points of damage, which is going to bloody him. No, it won't bloody him. Not quite. But he didn't like that lightning very much. And he's got a vampire spawn carcass rolling down the hill after him. Krenraid, you're a wise chap. What's the dex
I'm
save?
very intelligent, the smartest person here. Yeah. Go ahead.
What's a dex save to avoid a falling vampire spawn?
I haven't got the foggiest clue, but if I was to guess, it would depend on its size. Medium creature, correct? So I guess I'd base it off of that, so probably like a 14 or a 15.
Okay, so we'll go with a 14. And come on.
I thought you were talking
Come
about
on.
Krenraid himself, sorry. My apologies.
No. Not talking about you. Okay. So finally, it went through, and
There
yes,
it is.
he makes that deck save. So, he gets out of the way as the vampire spawn tumbles down, and you guys can all hear the sickening
Goes
crunch of bones as this thing, bounces off of every big rock from here all the way down to the bottom of the hill. So,
dog.
yeah, Esmeralda looks at Krenraid and says, "Ha, got one." And then Rictavio, true to his word, he is going to come over here, get next to Ireena, and he is going to cast a spell on her. He is going to cast nope, he's not going to do that because he is not. He is not. Yep. Hey, Ireena, you now have protection from evil and good on you.
Yeah.
You are protected against aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiend, and undead until the end of the spell. So I'm just going to put that little shield thing on you to remind you that you're warded. So you have that. And he says, that should help. And Mulek, you are up.
Okay, so I've got a question for you. So for Flaming Sphere, I can, as a bonus action, I can move it up to 30 feet, but it's got some conditions. It says I can direct it over barriers up to 5 feet tall, or jump across pits up to 10 feet wide.
Uh-huh.
So the question I have is the barriers. I mean, I'm looking down this like hill. I guess can I how far can I move my Flaming Sphere up this way? I guess is what my question is.
This is a fairly sheer wall, but it's certainly something that somebody could climb because it's natural rock. It's got a lot of handholds and things like that. If we're going to say that the Flaming Sphere has enough purchase to not just simply fall all the way to the bottom, then I think it could probably sort of find a way to sort of roll itself up the hill.
Okay.
So yeah. I'll let you roll it up.
Okay. I just was just unsure because it's like I'm holding concentration, so I'm moving this thing with my mind. It's weird because we're looking down this cliff or this hill.
Yeah.
It's not really a barrier, but it's
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna as a bonus action ram it into Horatio.
Horatio, yes.
So it's still at 4th level, so let me...
Horatio, which is the Barovian for Horatio.
So he needs to roll a dex save.
A dex save, DC 16?
Yes.
Let's see if he can make a dex save. He can. So 12 and 7 is 19. So instead, he takes 9. Right?
Yep.
So
And-
minus 9.
So that's my bonus action. Since he's starting to get up closer to Casper, Casper's gonna fly down and try to, distract him while he's climbing up, and then Casper's gonna fly back out of his reach.
Okay.
And then for my action, I'm going to cast Firebolt at him.
Ooh.
14. Oh, I get advantage. So let me do it again. So 24.
24 for 10 fire damage. All right.
And how far away is he from me now?
He climbed up his full movement. He climbed up 60 feet, so he's about 40 feet away from you.
Okay. I will then step back, and Chunk is going to move closer.
Okay.
So like right there, and that will be my turn.
Okie dokie. Thaldor, you are up, sir.
Yes, she's that close. I'm taking a shot.
Okay.
So, and I do have silver-tipped arrows or silver-tipped crossbow bolts.
Okay.
Let's see. She's within 80 feet, right?
Yeah, it's a he, but
Oh, yeah, he. Okay, it was within 80
Yeah.
feet. Good. He's going to get one right between the eyes.
okay.
Not with that.
Oh,
That is a big break.
unfortunately, no. No.
No dice. So then I'm just going to duck back.
Michael my inspiration, so you can reroll that. That's okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. All right.
I have inspiration, but thank you.
Have fun.
Oh, why not? It's all about fun. Let's see what we get this time. That's much better.
Yes, it is. 25.
One could even
So-
say inspiring.
Very much
Yes.
so.
Now there's no ally because now that the Casper's thing only works for the first attack after.
I was
Fly
hidden
by,
before
right?
I took my attack.
Oh, that's right. You were okay. So that's a total of 20 minus 20.
Gotta love rogues with their sneak attack, everybody.
Which will be just enough to bloody him. So he is now bloodied. Anything else?
I go back to hiding right behind the ballast. I just duck down.
Okay, all right.
I'll roll that. Yeah, I must be clear as day.
Okay. Yep. All right.
Yeah,
So unhidden. Okay. Anything else? Oh no. So now Horatio. Horatio will climb up. He will use his entire movement to come up, and he will climb over the wall. And he turns in the direction of Ireena. And the first person he reaches is Falliger. So he had to use more than one movement, so he cannot attack. And then the werewolves, they will move up another 80 feet. So they were 120 feet away last time. They're now 40 feet away from the wall this time. Okay, so and it looks like they're heading in that direction towards Ireena. All right, Desarius.
I step a little. I'm looking for the one that they just targeted. Did I lose him?
He
he's
is
here.
now. He is now on the wall.
Okay. So basically, I direct my moonbeam over here. So he's got to make a Constitution saving throw of 16 or better.
Okay, so let's see if he can do that. Oh, he does. So go ahead and roll damage. He'll take half of it.
Okay.
$18. So he takes 9 of that damage, and probably as importantly as anything, he is still hit by radiant damage. So that moonbeam just floats over him, and Falager, you get a front row seat as it sort of sizzles and crackles and burns his skin, and his skin sort of bubbles and reacts very negatively to that radiant energy. Des, is there anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay, then Falager, you've got this ugly looking vampire spawn right in front of you.
Okay. I'm gonna just step outside of his range.
Okay, he will attempt to make an opportunity attack against you.
Okay.
With his claw. And he'll hit an AC 22.
Yep.
Okay. And yeah, he's really hurt. He would like some hit points back. So instead of dealing damage, he's going to try to grapple you. So make your choice of either an athletics or acrobatics check. You're trying to hit a DC 13 to avoid being grappled.
Damn.
Okay. You do that, and he's very, very upset about that. But that's it. Okay, so that was your move, and then what would you like to do?
He's hurt, so I'm gonna hit him with a 3rd level guiding bolt.
Okay. Yet more radiant energy. Ooh, 13, or well, I guess it's an 11. It won't hit. Either one of them will hit, unfortunately.
Damn.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's see. I got it. Okay, you're within 30 feet of me. Yes.
Okay, so Ken, try that attack again.
Okay.
Oh, 22. That
nice.
hits for 24 points of damage.
Damn.
Falager, how would you like to destroy this vampire spawn?
Well, Falager just raises his magic warhammer up, and radiant energy shoots forth and blasts into that thing, and boom.
Decimates it completely.
Yeah, and it goes, the master will have her, and it falls.
Yeah.
Krenraid.
Mm-hmm.
You are up, sir. There's three wolf-like humanoids climbing up this wall at a rapid pace.
They're going to be with us very soon. Then, yeah?
You estimate that on their next turn, they will be up to the top of the wall.
Well, that's perfect for me because Krenro reaches into his back and then realizes, oh wait, the javelin satchel is empty. There's nothing here. Okay, so he's taking his maul in both hands. He's readying an action to strike the one that's coming up closest. So he's going to step to the side of Esmir, give her a little smile, and spin the maul in his hands, and just get ready to. The moment it jumps over, just smack it in the head. I'll try to.
And Esmeralda gives you a grin and says, "Oh, this is going to be fun."
And don't find me a box.
And anything else?
Okay. No, I'm going to drop my rage because I haven't attacked.
Okay.
I was thinking about punching myself in the face, which, by the way, pro gamer move for anyone watching. If you hit yourself as a barbarian, you can keep your rage going. But
Yes.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hold the action.
If you're willing to hit yourself hard enough to actually deal damage, you can.
Correct.
Because as long as you attack something or you get attacked, that will sustain your rage. All right, so that's it. Now, Ireena, you are under the benefit of a protection from good and evil. Creatures of the types that were mentioned before have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. You also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by any of those. But it still leaves you free to act as you would. So you're not going to break that by attacking somebody. What will break it is if Rictavio loses concentration. So now there are no obvious enemies within sight where you are. What would you like to do?
She'll come up to where Esmeralda is. She'll take her heavy crossbow and she will shoot it at the second werewolf.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm actually
20.
hitting things this time.
21, I believe that's going to hit because I think they only have. Oh yeah, so 5, and once again, this is a normal bolt, so it hits, but it doesn't do as much damage as you think it might.
I just want it to look like a unicorn. It's okay.
And Esmeralda looks at you and says, "Oh, the legends are true. You do have a fighting spirit. I like it."
Ireena kind of smiles and stands tall as she gets ready with her long sword.
Okay.
She tucks her crossbow in behind.
Okay. And then Esmeralda will take a look and she has, yes she does, she has one more 3rd level spell slot left. So she looks at how Ireena has positioned herself. She says, "And you're smart too." And she steps over in front of you and she takes aim and she shoots another lightning bolt down the hill at those two. And then she steps back over here. in between Ireena and Krenraid, and they have to make some dex saves. So dex save the first is a success, dex save the second. Gosh, they're making their saves tonight. So they both take 9 more points of damage. So that's -9. And then this is -9. Come on. -9. Okay. All right. Okay. And then that's it for her turn. After this round, we're going to take our break because this fight may take us the rest of the night to get done. So we'll go. Rictavio is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He is going to step up here on the other side of Ireena, and when he does, he grabs his cane and he pulls at his cane, and the head of his cane comes off, and he slides a very shiny, very silvery longsword blade out of his cane. And he looks at Ireena and looks at Esmeralda and says, "We will take them." And that's the end of his turn. All right. So, everybody, we're going to go ahead and take our break. Guys, I think at the break, I'm going to turn off the dynamic lighting on this stupid map, because I've just about had it with this. And we'll do the rest of the fight without the dynamic lighting. And I think that will give us some better performance, at least on my computer. Won't be so slow. And chat, we will be right back. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of that put on the slate, and we will be right back after these messages.
That's a question. I keep on muting myself, but does people hear my chair squeak?
Very,
No.
very slightly, barely audible.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for, it's fine.
Anybody want to
I
hear
just-
some crazy stuff?
Oh?
Always.
So I'm doing, well, you're in the UK, Paul, so this might, you ever heard of the company Eagle Moss?
I'm afraid not.
Okay, they're a UK company that do model kits, like die-cast model kits, and I've been building the Ecto-1 for over a year. Okay?
Ecto
Through-
one. Mm.
I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. Talk to the guy that has his own proton pack all about it. So,
Awesome.
I'll post pictures in the Discord of my proton pack, but that's besides the point.
Sweet.
So, but here's the thing. So I've been building this model for over a year. We know COVID came and it screwed a lot of stuff up, but now they've gone completely batshit crazy. So I've got 3 parts of the kit that are supposed to come like pretty soon. And I'm looking, I got an email while I'm sitting here playing the game, and it said shipping confirmation for this 4 issues, like how they do the parts. I won't get into the details real quick. But so anyways, so this issue with all 4 packs in it, I looked it up and I was like, wait a minute, they say UPS or USPS tracking number. And I look at it as like, that's not a USPS tracking number. I put it into FedEx. It says, oh, it'll be here tomorrow. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. This is issue 20. I need issue 18 and 19. Why the hell am I getting issue 20 before 18 and 19? And is apparently 18 was supposed to have shipped out almost 10 days ago. So I'm like, okay, somebody's got their logistics messed up, because I think 18, 19 come before 20.
Guarantee it's got something to do with Brexit. It's turned everything up on its head. Like anything coming in and out is getting lost or locked in a warehouse somewhere.
Well, what they're doing is the company. There is a U.S. version of Eagle Moss. There's a U.S. because anybody that does business in the U.S. has to have an office in the U.S. So they have their own warehouses here in the U.S. But they did some major move or something. Well, we're moving warehouses. We're doing this, doing that, and I think that was just an excuse because, like you were saying, I know normally it takes 2 weeks across the boat to get anything from Britain. Normally, give or take two and a half weeks. So I'm like, okay, that's forgivable. But my goodness, when we went 4 months without receiving anything for this build.
No, that's not acceptable.
Not at all. I mean, you're paying monthly for this, mind you. I pay monthly for this subscription.
Yeah, that's no good. They should have sent it all together, and it should have been their expense to send it by air courier, which isn't even that much more expensive than by boat, and then you're done. It should come to you in a few days.
I think they're starting to learn that because people are literally... I mean, you're talking about this car in total when over the period of about 2 years is what it would take to truly build it. Getting it one package a month would be about $1,600.
Yep.
But it's a 1/8 scale model. 1/8.
Yep, that is big.
Yep, and it's die-cast metal, so she's really heavy. So, and that's what I like about it. And it's got lights and sounds when those get here on the, issue 18 has all the lights, sounds, and speakers coming with it.
Yeah, that's going to have an additional problem as well because it's an electronic piece of goods. That's the fun one. We've changed the income tax or VAT output tax for any goods that are electronic coming out of the UK or into the UK. And that's a recent change. It was 25%. Now it's 29. It's actually supposed to go up to 35. Can't wait for that. So
yeah, good luck building a PC.
Realizing that. Well, God, right now, especially, yeah, God, no.
Well, no, I mean, you're talking about minuscule electronics. You're talking about one PCB, mostly lights and LEDs. That's
Anything
it.
Electronic, yeah. And it has another huge thing slapped on it. So I bet the company is also having a problem with that because they probably have loads of US customers and those in Europe. And now they're faced with a massive bill increase because of their electronic goods shipping out on the 18th.
That makes sense.
It would be really annoying, and I'm sorry for you, and I feel your pain. Tried to get some birthday presents over to some cousins in Sweden. Tried to get a anniversary present to my uncle in Italy. Never got anywhere. You got to order it local to go to them because anything you send in the UK, it's like a 50-50 shot will never reach.
I wonder why it's so bad.
It's real bad.
No, I'm saying I wonder why it's so bad.
Oh, I don't know. It has to be Brexit. It has to be all of the taxes and all the new laws we're having to come up with about it. But the exact reasoning, I really don't know. Like there's still lorries backed up miles from the ports, taking up like A roads and so it's like motorways essentially. We've got an entire lane of motorways.
Lorries are trucks. Lorries are delivery trucks, like our version of 18-wheeler.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Carrying all sorts of things, and they're backed up all the way for like dozens of miles, completely blocking the roads.
Wow! So they must be camping in their trucks, I imagine.
They're not happy about it.
My goodness! Is that because of the COVID lockdown in the UK? Is that what's causing all that?
Partially, yeah. It's partially.
What about what was it? The canal that got blocked?
Oh,
the Suez.
Thing, the Suez Canal, yeah. That had a global impact to all sorts of things. Could be part of that, I suppose.
Yeah, because a lot of ships were basically not knowing how long it would take. They were making other plans to basically go the long way around
the Horn of Africa.
Yep.
Which they haven't done in decades.
Yep. Yeah, that affected loads of things globally. It could be that definitely part of the problem. But yeah, this is
well, now this is stateside. Right. Well, this now is an issue stateside. This isn't an issue coming from across the pond. It's a stateside issue because, like I said, I know they said they transferred warehouses, and I can tell that by where they're shipping it from now. So it's because it's coming. Most of it's coming out of Kentucky, which is right across from Cincinnati. So they're shipping it. Which it's funny watching them ship it because instead of coming directly to Nashville from there, they go to Memphis, which I think they're probably flying it into Memphis.
Guaranteed,
So they're flying it into Memphis and then they're shipping it to Nashville. So I'm like, wow, that's, like, why can't most of these companies get on board like Amazon does when it comes to shipping, dude? Like Amazon, they need to take notes out of Amazon's logistics book.
Yeah, but there's also issues with Amazon and how they deal with their drivers and their equipment and all that stuff.
I didn't mean locally. I meant global, like their logistics globally, like in how they can move stuff so fast. And then the end user, which would be, like you're talking about the drivers that are going through some shit. I feel bad for them. I'm just saying that I'm talking about their massive, like how they move so much goods. Not the end user, not the local delivery drivers, but like their major hubs and how they move stuff. Like they can do it so quick.
They don't have any problems with Brexit, actually, Amazon, because they don't pay any import-export tax and they skip a lot of the queue. So ironically, Amazon is absolutely fine. It's been pretty much untouched from the Brexit whole shipping shebackle.
Well,
that is very interesting.
It is. It's good and bad. Obviously, it's good in some ways because it means that I can get my 6-pack of marshmallows delivered from Netherlands, which I can have in my hot chocolate. Bad side is what president does that do?
Hey, Kenneth, you still around? Ken? Ken! Where's Ken?
Sounds like he's feeling bad.
I was going to ask him how his fishing trip and all that was going, or whatever he was off doing.
Hope he caught a big one.
Huh?
He is a big one, that's okay. He's got that covered.
What?
What?
John's fishing trip yet.
Oh, he hasn't gone on
like
that.
next week or something. This weekend.
I was going to ask him. Well, since he's not on it then yet, I was going to ask him what his plans were, other than going fishing.
I'll see.
And see what I found funny about that is, when I checked the tracking number, I was looking at it, and it said will be delivered by tomorrow. It's like it says it says estimated delivery date's the 7th. I'm like, no, because it's coming from Jefferson, Indiana. That's only 5 hours from here, 6 hours maybe. So I'm like, okay, well, if they got it, yesterday or today at 1:14 a.m., we'll see how quick that gets here. If that gets here before my other 2 packages, I'm going to be raising hell with Eagle Moss. I'm going to be calling them and be like, what the hell is wrong with you?
I think it probably will. It sounds like the 1819 probably had the problem with the electronics. They may have had a problem with their shipping.
But no, that was that stuff's already in the States. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, it's already there.
Here. Yeah, it's already here.
Okay,
yeah, because they don't send stuff to us unless it's already here in the States. Right. And a lot of people in the States have already got it, depending on where they live. So I'm just wondering, like, what the hell's going on? It's like I will call them tomorrow. If I get that package tomorrow, I will call them and say, okay, look, explain to me where 18 and 19 is and my display base that was issued with issue 18 to put the damn thing on. Explain to me where that's at, and then we'll talk.
All right, guys. Hey, thank you all for your patience. And so for those who really wish we had the nifty dynamic lighting, it's just too much of a pain where a pill won't reach. So unfortunately, we are having to 86 the dynamic lighting. I've been working on a couple of ideas of my own to try to work around that, and we will see if we can do anything that will get that will get us. Okay. Now, I don't know whether you guys are seeing the turn order correctly or whether...
Rosalia
not.
Werewolf 2,
That's-
Esmeralda de Venvir, Rictavio round 1, and that's
Yeah.
what we see.
Shows
Yeah.
shows Mulek being up next. Oh,
Yeah, okay.
The turn order is not correct, but the your thing in the
Yeah.
comments is correct.
Basically,
Yeah.
we switched maps, and because of that, roll 20 is kind of a little
Yeah.
screwy.
So it's Mulek's turn.
Okay. It is Mulek's turn.
Okay, so shoot, what does he want to do? He's gonna go. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, let me manually see no, for some reason. Okay. For whatever. Oh, let me wait. Get rid of that. No. I don't know why, but it's putting it's not.
The turn order only took the new people on this map. It didn't.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, so that's why the marker is not
Yeah, we're still in the other turn order. For
going.
that.
Okay.
It's okay. We know what turn it is. Thanks to
All
the
right.
lovely thing.
Yeah,
Mulek.
it's not that bad. So Mulek is gonna come over here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let's see, it's hard I can't tell now with the dynamic lighting if I can. Is this open right here? Can I see that, or is that?
Yeah, the little thick squares are blocked.
Okay.
The
And
little
this-
thin rectangles are the crenellations that you can see through and shoot through.
Okay, so I'm going to move over here, and how far are these werewolves now?
Oh, they're like 40 feet from the top.
So
They're very close.
Okay, so I will go ahead and well, for now, I'll just go ahead and firebolt this one right here.
Firebolt.
Before I do that, I'm waiting for Casper to come over. 5, 10.
Okay.
He's going to come over and distract the wolf and then fly back out of its reach. Up in
Okay.
the air, and I'm going to firebolt it. 22.
22. Okay. Whoops. Okay. That will deal 11 damage to this werewolf. So.
And then as a bonus action, can my flaming sphere reach this one right here? 5, 10, 15. I can go 30.
Yeah,
feet.
yeah.
So, okay. So it rams into this werewolf.
Okay.
So let's roll that one. Go.
He's making a dex save of some kind, I think.
Yeah, dex save.
16.
Oh
Yep.
my goodness. What did I roll? I rolled 3 1s and a 3.
Oh my goodness. Well, he rolled a nat 1 on his saving throw, so
Wow.
that kind of balances out.
It's bad rolls all around. They're very bad.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So 6 fire damage. Goodness.
Yeah.
And then Chunk 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is going to come down, follow me. And then I chatted you, or I texted you, my other creatures have 40 feet of movement.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. And that is my turn.
Okay. Faldor.
Yes.
All right, you've got werewolves climbing up the hill. I think you have range from where you are because they're just 40 feet below, but they all seem to be heading over towards where Ireena is.
I'll do some quick math. Hold on, just to be safe.
Okay.
Yeah. 40 feet down, 30 feet away. Yeah, roughly.
Yeah. This is a target. This is a target, and this is a target. The for some reason the werewolves are smaller than the owl, and I don't know why. But
It's a big owl. Yeah, 35 feet. Yeah, 40. Yeah, we should be good. Let me make a roll with my silver tip crossbow bolts.
and you were hiding, or no, you weren't hiding because you.
I wasn't. Yeah.
Oh, 27 for 13 points of damage.
Yes.
And it was a point to me. It was either this one or this one. So which one did you want? Oh, you wanted the first one. Okay, cool.
Yeah, the one I could see.
13.
We'll move
All right.
back behind this crenellation and hide again.
Okay, sounds good. All right, and
I'm a ghost.
speaking. Oh, yes, you are. Speaking of the werewolves, it is their turn. Werewolf the first. I think actually it should be a medium-sized token. So Werewolf the first hops up here next to Krenraid. Werewolf the second is going to hop up here next to Rictavio, and Werewolf the third is going to hop up here in front of Ireena. And so Krenraid, you will get an attack with its bite and its claws.
Well, first I get an advantage attack against it because I'm going to reckless attack. I was holding my action to attack it.
Okay. All right.
This is not Divine Fury, but it is magical because the maul is silvered. 15 will hit. So for 8 points of damage. That's it for me. It has advantage on its attacks against me.
Okay, so it will make a bite against you. And AC 19
beats it, taking 10.
Okay, so 10 piercing damage, and make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, what fun! Okay, I actually kind of hope I failed this. Can turn into a dog.
It'll be like, see, Tez, you're not the only one that can turn into a dog.
Exactly, that was my logic as well. Damn it!
Good Constitution.
Okay, no, I'm very brawly.
Yeah, and then it will make a claw attack. AC 14, which I think will probably miss.
Yeah, I'm able to shock that one off.
Okay, so then the second one over here will make attacks on Rictavio. And Rictavio, that's his armor class. So this one will make a bite, which is a miss, and will make a claw attack. God, that's also a miss. The old guy is a whole lot more nimble than you would give him credit for. And then the third one will make an attack, or make its attacks against Ireena. So bite will miss, claws will also miss. So they're just not having very much luck.
Dice are fickle today, is what I'll say.
Yeah, that's the end. Des.
Yes.
Yes, these are most definitely werewolves.
Werewolves.
The werewolves, yes.
Werewolves.
Werewolf? 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 And
Oh.
werewolf.
It's a werewolf.
All right, so I am going to, since we haven't had a minute yet, and that's how long that spell lasts with concentration, and I've not had anything break it yet. I'm
Yep.
going to move the moonbeam over to this one.
Okay. This feller here, and he's got to make
Constitution saving throw of 16 or better. Yes.
Oh, he fails. 12 points of damage. Hey, 12 points of damage. He is now bloodied. All right, come on. He is now blooded. All
But-
right.
I just know how it'll go. Someone else will take the kill.
All the credit.
Anything else, Des?
No.
Okay. Faliger. All of the enemies seem to be down at the south end of the parapet.
What? We have a werewolf? Just 2 werewolves alive left? Or-
Three werewolves. There's one that just got bloodied. There's one right here in between Rictavio and Esmeralda. And then there's one down here on the other side of Krenraid. And this one here appears to be trying to attack Ireena.
Okay.
And let me just make sure of his... Okay, no, all right. You may proceed.
Cast a 2nd level guiding bolt on that werewolf in front of me.
15 is gonna hit for 25 points of damage.
Nice.
Nice rolls.
Okay, Faliger. How does Faliger make this kill look like it came from Dez's spell?
No.
Honestly, like, it doesn't matter who gets the kill. It's a team effort. Come on.
No.
Faliger does he? What do you do, Faliger? Just as you go to cast it, you just swipe your shoulder like you're dusting something off your shoulder.
There you go.
Pretty basic. Just same thing as before.
He's like
Second
Des.
best. Same as the first.
That's good, but this is even better. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else for Faliger?
I'll give I don't. What's the Dez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I give Dez inspiration.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So you
Ooh.
get Bardic Inspiration.
Yay.
So at this level, I believe it's a D8, right? From
I think so.
yeah,
So-
As soon as I find it.
yeah. All right. Well, Krenraid, you are up. You've got a snarling, snapping, angry werewolf in front of you, and it seems to want to try to get through you to the woman being guarded by your new allies.
Well, Gally, me and you are about to go on an adventure together. Right.
Uh-oh.
So, I'm first going to attempt to grapple it as my first attack for the round.
Damn it.
The one that's closest to me that I hit with the hammer.
Yeah. Okay.
I will rage as a bonus action.
Okay.
That gives me advantage on the check. And this will be a reckless as well. That's what's giving me advantage on the attack. It's my weapon this time. I'm using it to assist me in the grapple.
Okay.
A 16.
16 will hit, so it gets to choose athletics or acrobatics.
Correct.
Its athletics is it's athletics, which is a strength spell. A straight strength check for it is going to be better. It fails that, so it is now grappled.
Okay, so my second attack, and this is something you can only really do if you're up somewhere very, very high, but it's also very, very fun. So, rules-wise, I'm using the werewolf as an improvised ranged weapon, which it doesn't get a save against, and I'm lobbing it off
my
the
God.
cliff.
Yes.
But that's the rules, but I want to put it in your court and say, do you want to have the werewolf resist being lobbed off the cliff?
Oh yeah, he's going to resist. So I guess would it be another opposed strength check? Basically you trying to shove him off and him trying to cling on to you.
I've already got him in a grapple, so this is me lifting him over my head and lobbing him off the cliff, which is going to go 40 feet because of my strength.
Yeah, but what he is doing as he realizes you're trying to throw him, he is going to try to grab onto you to keep you from being able to release him.
I assumed that would be better. I just wanted to let you know what the situation was throughout. So yeah, whichever way you want to describe it as, dexterity, strength, whichever you think is more appropriate.
Yeah, so it'll be better for him to a strength. So your second attack was a 21, so he has to try to beat a 21 with his athletics, which is, well, we'll see. He fails.
How many? Hey, Gally, how high did you say this side of this cliff was?
Well, if he gets thrown 40 feet out, okay, 10, 5, 10, that's 100 feet. 15, 20, that's 150 feet. 25, 30, that's 200 feet.
Oh,
35,
I
40.
to throw this javelin. Sorry, that's my mistake.
So, he is, he's falling about 250 feet. So the max is 20d6. 20d6, right?
24d10. It's a d10 for 4 damage, so 24d10 after the first 10 feet.
Okay, in 5th edition, is there a terminal falling damage? Because in some editions they say that
I think there is, yeah.
So I think it's 20. Okay.
Falling is lethal in 5e.
Yeah.
Kills the most players and it kills the most creatures.
Yep. Yeah, let's just go ahead and make it. I'll do 20. So.
Goodness gracious, that's one hell of a fall. Ooh.
Yeah, 69 points of damage.
That's appropriate. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, he just crumples down on the hillside and tumbles down, and if anybody's looking, they will see that his form, after he hits the first couple of rocks and tumbles down, his form becomes fully humanoid.
Oh,
And he winds up down there at the bottom of the hill next to Rosalia.
Looks like Crinrage racking up the body count.
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch the floor and go, Drat, I just missed her.
All right.
It's a game.
Ireena. You are up. You have an angry werewolf in front of you. You just heard this horrible sound as one of the other werewolves went over the side, fell down, and tumbled down.
Crunch.
Brandon will kind of like rub her ear bed and say, "Do you make the same squeaking sounds?" And she kind of slashes them 2 times with her long sword, with her multi attack.
A 12
Wow.
and a 13. A 12 is exactly what you need to hit these guys. So
And it is silver laced, so.
it is silvered, so it takes all 11 points of damage. All right, and it snarls at you. All right, anything else, Ireena?
Nope, that is her turn.
Okay, Esmeralda is just going to look at this thing next to her, and is going to say, "Foul beast," and will make. Oh my gosh. Okay. She pulls out her 2 of her weapons, which is a rapier and a silvered short sword, and she attacks twice with the rapier. So she hits once with the rapier for 10, and then the silvered short sword, she hits for 8. So a total of 18 damage, and since the rapier is a magic weapon, it takes all of that. So minus 18, and that makes that one bloodied. Okay, come on. There we go. All right. Oh, come on. And then Rictavio. Rictavio says, yes. You did well. And he attacks with his sword. Okay, I guess it's actually a short sword. His silvered short sword. And attack the first. He misses. Attack the second. He hits for 5. But it will take all of that. It will take all of that. And it is very, very bloodied. All right, Mulek. You appear to have 1 enemy left, and it is almost completely surrounded. And at this point, you guys can hear a bell that sounds like something of an alarm bell sounding from down in the village below.
Oh, what fun! We're not done.
Awesome. So Casper's gonna fly over. Is the wolf right here? Is that?
Yes, yes. The werewolf is right here. It's sandwiched in between Rictavio, Esmeralda, and Ireena.
All right. So Casper's gonna fly over, distract it, and then I'm gonna reach out and shoot it with another firebolt.
Okay.
Oh goodness, my screen just zoomed.
$21. Mulek, how would you like to kill this werewolf?
The fire's just gonna hit it, and it's just gonna catch its fur on fire, and it's just gonna yelp and just burn up, and gonna scream out, and then just fall down and die.
Just jump off the cliff.
Yeah.
Actually, it does fall on the ground, and the 2 that have fallen on the ground there, in between you guys, as they stop twitching, their bodies revert into human bodies. They look like Barovians, They both appear to be young men, kind of in maybe their late 20s or so. They've got shaggy dark hair, and their skin kind of shows all sorts of evidence of getting all kind of stretched and twisted and everything.
Ew.
And so it's yeah, it's not a pretty sight, but they are there. And then Esmeralda and Rictavio, they look at you all and they say, "It is good that you were here, and I am glad that we were here as well. Ireena, I trust you are not hurt."
Not even a single scratch. Ireena smiles as she looks at the two human bodies now and says, Borovians, may they rest in peace.
Peace is in this case, right?
Unfortunately, if the lore I have heard about this place is correct, their souls will be waiting to be reborn. It's a cursed land. Well, Ireena, I believe this proves that no place within Barovia is going to be safe for you as long as the lord of this land lives. And the rest of you, did you hear what they said? They said the master will have her, and they said the blood of Vallaki is on her hands.
Yeah, I couldn't make anything out of it. It didn't make any sense to me.
But what do they mean the blood of Vyaki is on my hands?
Are they attacking the village?
And he looks at Thaldor and he says, I believe that is the plan. Vallaki, the village where you all met me, and Ireena, the village where the Blue Water Inn is that you were staying in these last few days. You came there because of the supposed protection of the Church of Saint Andral. But when I arrived in Vallaki a few days earlier, I noticed that the wards on the church were no longer in place. If Strahd and his minions had chosen to attack Vallaki, there would be nothing to prevent them from entering the church and killing anyone who was taking refuge there. Or, in your case, taking you back to Castle Ravenloft with them. My friends, I believe that they have tipped their hand. I think that Strahd, along with some of his minions, plans to attack Vallaki. And I would guess they are going to do it at the time to make the most spectacle of themselves. This festival that the fool Burgermeister is getting ready to have. Do any of you fancy hunting a vampire?
Ireena kind of swings his sword and says, you betcha.
I look over at Mulek and I give him a nod, just like, I guess we're in. I kind of, because I'm real close to him, I kind of whisper in his ears, like, are we doing this?
If it helps us get home, I just want to go home.
Maybe sometime today you need to send a message to my uncle, and I don't mean Dorzafir, and see what's going on. See if he has any more advice for us, because this is about to get rocky.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to rest up too.
Interesting. Hunting a vampire.
Is Des smoking his pipe as he's talking like this, like Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah.
Smoking his pipe.
He just kind of sitting there, and he'll take the pipe out of his mouth for a moment with he's got his arms crossed a little bit, one hand on the bowl of the pipe. Hunting a vampire. And then he sticks the stem back in his mouth and continues to puff away a little bit.
I wonder what this means about the Vallaki. Sure would help if they were on our side.
Oh, I doubt it. If you remember what they were saying about the Count, it was all fame and love. We'll just have to make sure we don't come across it.
remember, Vallaki is the town, the Vistani are the people. So,
the Vistani. Sorry, the Vistani.
Yeah. So, and it's very difficult or very, very easy to get those two mixed up because they are so similar.
Yeah, the names are similar, that's true. I, myself, am very down for it. I think it will be a fun little jaunt.
Don't get too cocky.
Nothing cocky about having fun, big man.
It's still dangerous to overestimate or underestimate your enemy.
There's none of that going on with fun either. You got a big man with a very small brain.
About this time, he looks down at you, kind of smirks slightly. We'll see.
Uh-huh.
And that's all he says. He smiles and sticks the pipe back in his mouth. We'll see.
Yeah, arrogance and thoughts aside, I think it will be fun. So I'm in.
And Rictavio looks around at all of you and says, well, we must have a talk with the abbot when he returns. I believe that as long as he stays in the abbey, we will be safe from the vampire. And because none of our adversaries got away, I don't think Strahd will know exactly where we are. But I suspect he realizes that Ireena is no longer in Vallaki and has had his creatures scout out across all of the Valley of Barovia to find her. We are fortunate that we had a defensible position and prevailed in this fight.
Agreed. It's pretty handy being high up.
Yes. Well, very well then. Let us go inside where we can get some rest. Did anybody get bitten by any of the werewolves or the vampire spawn?
Just a scratch on my end, but I didn't really feel anything about it.
And he will say, may I look at the wound?
Yeah, go ahead and just lower my shoulder and let him have a look.
Okay. He will look at the wound and he will do a medicine check. And he kind of frowns and he says, well, I'm not sure. I think just to be on the safe side. And he mumbles a spell and he touches the bite wound. And he casts Remove Curse on Krenraid. And then he says, didn't seem like there was anything there to remove, but better safe than sorry.
I appreciate the
Oh,
thought. The finger
sure,
waggling
there was
pretty
nothing there
useful.
to remove. He is. I mean, somebody
Well, there was-
obviously beat him with an ugly stick when he was born.
As someone
Well,
quite
Master
clearly beat
Furbolg.
you with a very rude stick.
And
Your
by
mother
the
not
time
teach you any
just-
manners.
he just grins.
And Rictavio looks between the two of you, and then he looks at Dez, and he smiles, and he says, Master Furbolg, there was no curse, at least, on him to be removed.
So he is cursed ugly.
And you're cursed dumb, but I don't go complaining about it.
And then he will go ahead and he will cast Cure Wounds at first level and give you 6 points back.
Thank you. That feels quite a bit better.
For everyone or just him?
Just for Rick, just for Krenraid, because he was
Gotcha.
the one that got bitten by the werewolf.
Yeah, who
And
needs
nobody else said they got bitten by any of the creatures.
Nope.
Anyone else need a little bit of healing?
Me.
All right. I walk over to Dez and I place one of my spider things on him.
Spider thing?
Oh, I don't think Des has seen these. So explain this to Des.
So I reach into a random pouch on my side or a pocket, and I pull out it's like a little spider bot, a little metallic creature-looking thing. It's like an insect, but closest resembling a spider. And I set that on you, and it goes to your wound, and it starts putting healing salve or
Gotcha.
injecting stuff on you, and it just gives you 12.
Dez is just absolutely fascinated by this. He's just looking at it with a bit of wonder. Is this one of your creations?
It is, and once it's finished healing up, it just sort of disintegrates and just falls away.
Too bad. It's very handy.
Yes, they come in handy every once in a while.
Awesome.
Okay, I want to ask the players, can I give somebody in the chat inspiration?
In the chat, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why not?
Okay. Drats, you get inspiration. Krenraid, he said when Rictavio was looking at your wound, he said, just to be on the safe side, we should stab him with silver to see if he flinches. If he flinches, he's obviously a werewolf.
That's
that reminds
funny.
me of the witch
Oh my
trials
God.
of like
Stabbing him, but he could have touched him with it.
1600s. If she drowns, she's a witch. If she
Yes,
doesn't drown,
exactly.
she's a witch. Like, excuse
Yes.
Getting stabbed with a fucking blade. Of course, I'm gonna flinch.
Then you must be a werewolf.
I've never
Yes,
felt when you
it's
feel like a werewolf felt so normal. I feel great.
Technically speaking, you did make fun of Ireena earlier in front of the old man. So she could stab you in your sleep. You never know.
You make fun of who? I didn't make fun of Ireena.
Ireena's good at blowing too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the truth, Krenraid. You beat him in a blowing contest. You have adult lungs. That wasn't the joke. Krenraid's
Oh,
stupid. You have to remember this.
Oh,
You have
goodness.
adult, good breathing lungs. Krenraid was giving you a compliment.
Keep digging that hole, dude. Keep
Yeah,
digging
there
that
you go. There you go.
I've no need to dig holes.
Okay. Let me do this. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to turn that off. Then I'm going to move us all back to the other map. Okay. And once again, the dynamic lighting is off. So just ignore anything else that you see on the map. We will, of course, here in the kitchen, you still have your friend Vasilka and Mulek. When you get downstairs, you can hear the sound of paws at the front door.
Oh, I run up to the door and I look out and see if it's.
Yep, it's your two critters.
Oh, you made it.
Yes. Okay, so for everybody's information, Mulek used that horn to call the horn of silent alarm to call his animals back to him, and they were within 600 feet, so they came running, and the bell of alarm down in the village was when a full-grown tiger and full-grown jackal went sprinting through the village gates.
Yeah,
and
that tracks.
the people are like, crap.
That makes sense.
And then they came up here, and they couldn't get in. But of course, long since you had dealt with the other people, and the abbot eventually comes walking up, and he sees you all outside, and then he looks and he sees the corpse of the vampire spawn, and he looks over and sees the corpses of the whites, and he says, "Oh dear, you all had trouble while I was away."
Not much. Nothing we couldn't handle. And as I'm saying that, I'm just rubbing the tiger on its head.
Yeah, I want to go pet the tiger too. It's very cute.
Yeah. And he says, well, he looks around and he doesn't see Ireena outside. He says, "The girl, is she safe?"
Yeah, she's fine. She held her own in the fight and
wouldn't
everything.
I
She was
be?
very good. There she is. There, she's right there.
And he says, "Oh, good. Well," and he looks at Rictavio and he says, "Well, friend, the Burgomeister blamed me, as it seems, for the death of his youngest boy, and wanted to know if I could bring him back from the grave. He did not believe me before, but I showed him. His youngest son was one of the soulless. The body died, and once the body of a soulless dies, there is no soul to come back to it. I am afraid that it is going to be a long time before the Burgomeister trusts us here in the Abbey again. But tell me, what is this trouble? What has happened? Let us go in. I am kind of tired. You all look like you've worked up a bit of an appetite. We will get lunch." And so he begins to move in, and Rictavio will walk with him and will sort of give him the Cliff's Notes of the battle, and will explain what the vampire spawn said to Ireena. and what Rictavio thinks that means. And the abbot purses his lips and grabs his chin, and he says, that is grave news. I was hoping that I could take Vasilka here up to Castle Ravenloft and present her. I was hoping that perhaps Strahd would be tempted by her and find her a suitable plaything. Now that I have better learned the ritual, there are always plenty of corpses of the soulless that can be harvested. I could make him as many brides as he wanted, and he would never have to trouble a living woman again. But I think now that he knows that Ireena is alive, this work may be all for naught. It's a pity. I think she's quite a good piece of work. And he stands there and he just sort of turns Vasilka's head from one side to the other and just sort of very carefully looks at her jawline and everything. It kind of, in the same way that somebody might look at a racehorse if they're thinking of buying it.
I'm going to go over to Mulek and just pull on his coat very quickly. What the hell is he talking about?
So for clarification, he took this soul and basically made it into a body?
He's made a flesh golem, yeah.
He made a flesh golem, so no, it doesn't have a soul.
Okay.
It's a construct, basically, that is made out of human body parts.
It's a Frankenstein.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But it is made it's made kind of in a likeness that's similar to Ireena. You can tell that basically Ireena was his model for making this, but it's kind of like taking a real person and making a life-size Barbie doll out of them, where it's there's a resemblance, but it's not exact.
Strahd has
because there's no life really behind the eyes, and there's no genuine expression. It's like she will react to things, but there's always like a beat before she reacts. It's like there's some sort of algorithm in there that's trying to have her react, but it's always a little bit slow. And when she's not reacting to anything, she just sort of has a very vacant look, like she's staring off at nothing. And if somebody moves around near her, her eyes will focus on them and will look at them, but she doesn't talk, of course, because she doesn't have a tongue. And she just sort of has kind of a lifeless feel to her.
I think this guy and the toy maker would have quite a lot of fun making some really creepy dolls together.
You can say that twice.
The druid seems to steer a little clear of this being.
This
It's a
being,
natural.
you're talking about Vasilka?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's unnatural.
Yeah. Yeah, it sure is. He will make a call and the abbot will make a call out, and the a servant, which is one of these people that looks like part human, part animal, comes into the kitchen and says, "We will be having lunch. Go get Otto and Siegfried. Tell them that it's time to take the lunch to the residents in the dormitories." And the Mongol folk says, "Yes, yes, I will. Okay. Now I'll bring help to start lunch. All right, Abbot." And goes and shuffles off and leaves.
Can I go up to the guy and just say, well, you say this lovely person isn't a person? She looks perfectly person-y to me.
And he looks at her, or he looks at you, and he says, "Why, yes, Master Droff, that's exactly what I'm saying. I hear tell that in ancient days, and perhaps even in the halls of the finest dwarven craftsmen today, they can create creatures that in stature and in form look like dwarves made of solid metal that will fight like dwarven soldiers and will guard like dwarven soldiers, and some that even possess a kind of mechanical skill that they can do the base rote procedures for smelting metal. They certainly cannot craft anything. They certainly cannot craft anything fine on their own. But think of this, Vasilka. Think of this as something akin to those automatons made by dwarven master smiths.
Well, we called them Hold Guardians of the Hillcrest, but I don't know if that's a universal dwarven thing. But yeah, it's universal dwarven knowledge. Even I know it, and I wasn't working on them. But this is something else. This is flesh. Why would you make something out of flesh? It's not as strong as stone anyway. Also, it's a person, right? Like, if I just go ahead and do this, I'm gonna swing around as fast as I can to Fasolka and make a really dumb face, like try and make her laugh. is the attempt.
And as you make a sudden move toward it, she just sort of recoils a little bit, and she opens her mouth, but the abbot just puts a hand on her forearm, and she doesn't say any, or she doesn't make any sound. And she looks at the abbot, and then she looks back at Krenraid, and there's just like there's no understanding in her eyes. She's just like, she doesn't seem to comprehend.
The lights are on, but no one's home.
Yeah. Krenraid scratches his head. I was sure that would work. Okay. Well, yeah, that's an incredibly impressive feat, I want to say,
and
but also a bit creepy.
He says, "But you say she's not strong as stone. Of course not, because that's not her purpose. Her purpose was to be a plaything and a distraction for Strahd, to hopefully make him forget about his obsession with Ireena."
Oh, so she must be really good at sport then?
No, that is not what she is designed for.
She's good at playing, right?
She's designed to be a companion for Strahd.
At this time, Ireena kind of scoffs at him and says, he's been hunting down the soul of her for how many years? And you think he's going to be easily befooled? Now? After chasing my soul for I don't know how long?
Wait, why would you want your soul?
As she kind of looks at the golem and says, no hard feelings, but she turns back to him and says, I don't think that this plan's ever going to work, or would have in that case.
And the abbot looks at you, and there's kind of a sadness in his eyes, and he says, you may be right, my dear. I know that certainly this plan would be doomed to failure. Now that you are here in this land, he will continue chasing after you until either you or he are destroyed. And if you are the one that is destroyed, he will then bide his time and wait until your soul is reborn again.
Or he can try and find someone better.
And the abbot looks and smiles at Ireena again and says, child, he paid too high a price to ever look for anyone else. He slew his own brother, buried a dagger in his own brother's heart because of his feelings for you.
What?
Oh, yes. It was the murder of his own brother on the day that his brother was to wed Tatiana, the soul that now resides in your friend Ireena.
Wait. So she's got two people inside of her? She looks very small for having two people inside of her. Are you sure?
Ireena kind of gives him a look like, what are you going on about?
And about this time, you see the furball just kind of. He's taken a chair and he just kind of leans his head back, thinking to himself, and he calls me stupid.
Cranway thinks he's the smartest person here, don't worry. He quite clearly isn't.
And the abbot says, tell me what you know about the Church of Moradin.
Who?
He says to Crenraid.
Nothing.
That's what I thought. Well, to answer your question, no. Ireena has but one soul in her. It is the soul that currently believes itself, thinks of itself, understands itself to be Ireena Koliana, the woman who is sitting here before us now. However, that soul never perishes. That soul is reborn into the world time after time after time. And in one of those lifetimes, long, long ago, that soul belonged to a girl named Tatiana, who fell in love with Sergei von Zarovich, brother of Strahd. Strahd also fell in love with Tatiana, but she did not return his feelings. And when Sergei and Tatiana made their desire to marry known, Strahd said that he would bless the marriage, bade them to marry in Castle Ravenloft. But then on the morning of the ceremony, he slew his own brother and chased Tatiana until she hurled herself from the castle walls to
that's awful.
evade him.
So it's a bit like the fire spirits of my home hold, which worship Pharmacool. We, in my place of understanding, that's kind of how we pass on. Those of us in Pharmacool's order, that is.
Ah, yes. Yes. And in some cases, I'm sure that some of your brothers and sisters may pass on to the celestial realms and live in the halls of the dwarven gods forever and a day.
Oh, we only have
Others-
to do it for a couple of years. We get a break, but this lady's been back how many times?
Too many to count.
Oh, that sounds like a real pain in the ass. I'm going to turn over to Ireena and just say, well, I'm really sorry about that. That must be really tiring. What do you think about all this?
Ireena kind of chuckles and says, well, if you listened to me before, then you would already know my feelings.
I'm sorry, I didn't pick that up.
Yeah, he was too distracted by the dog.
The dog was very distracting. Kind of disappointed Crummer's not going to turn into a dog. That was fun to RP.
All right. And as Krenraid comes to grips with what this all means, we're going to leave our heroes ready to have lunch and think about what it is they might try to do now that they know that, or they think they know they have a time and a place where Strahd may attack. See if they feel up to planning to do something about that. We will return and check in with them next Thursday night at 8 p.m. For now, I would like to ask Paul and Michael to let us know what is going on with them. And Faldor, I will start with you. Michael, what is going on the Doors of Fear channel between now and next Thursday?
So Friday we will be playing Dragon Heist. Last week we took a hiatus because one of our players got caught up with work. But this week we're going to get into battle. So we pulled what I call a Dimension 20 exit. Everybody rolled initiative, and then we'll start battle next game. So other than that, that's about it. I might be playing some more Sea of Thieves, trying to get my creator stats up with that game so I can get some sponsorship maybe going for Sea of Thieves partner. And other than that, yeah, that's about it at the moment on the Doors of Fear channel, but please stop on by.
Okay, and Paul, anything coming up with you between now and next Thursday?
Yes, over the Action Sturge, we've got the Dungeon Crawler session on Wednesdays. It's 8 p.m. EST. It's where users can influence the dungeon crawl by spending points, which you earn just by being there and watching it. It's very fun. They're a good group of people. They put a lot of effort into what they do. I may not be there myself, but I feel like, almost every week they're doing something new and they're doing something interesting, so they're well worth checking out purely for that reason. If you're bored on a Wednesday, come watch some idiots try and get through a dungeon. I guarantee you they'll fail, but they'll have fun doing it.
Yes, the Action Sturge is a fun channel. It's one of the channels that gets auto-hosted from me from time to time, and if you're looking for it on Twitch, he spells it a little bit differently. It's all one word, the Action Sturge, and Sturge is Sturge, not Stirge, as you might think of with the little creature. So
they got metal
yes.
dice giveaways as well this week, as they do most weeks, where they give away a set of dice.
Yeah. All right, so Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern or 7 p.m. Central for that. Then here on this channel, we had a great Monster Monday last week. It was one that I wasn't sure how many people were going to check it out, because I knew it was going to be long, but it got a pretty good viewership. We went for an hour and a half talking about beholders, the history of beholders, how to use beholders, how to fight against beholders, and how to deploy a beholder as a DM, all that kind of fun stuff, and all sorts of information on the different beholder kin throughout the ages, out the editions of D&D. Sunday afternoon, we will be, or actually Saturday night, we will actually be beginning our dungeon crawl, it's not a dungeon crawl, it's a campaign in 2nd edition D&D that will open with visiting the original Temple of Elemental Evil. So we have, our party is set, the characters are all created, we have a couple of little backstories to help people get to the starting town where they have come from, and then we will actually begin playing with all of the characters in the same inn at the same time. And then on Sunday afternoon, we will be back for Walker of Waterdeep. That is our planeswalking campaign. They have just returned to the plane of Toril. So they are back in their home city of Waterdeep, or I should say home city for 3 of the characters. And they are about to begin doing some errands after they debrief from their recent adventures. They're going to be, we will be following the characters around as they go about doing some downtime, and then figuring out what comes next in the campaign. So this has been something that the characters have wanted to do for a while. They've been wanting to get back to Waterdeep, and this was a good point to do that. Monday night, we'll have another Monster Monday. I have not yet decided what that will be, but in the next 24, 48 hours, I will. And we thank you guys all so much for being with us tonight. This was a fun session, guys. I am going to have to figure out something with this stupid dynamic lighting. I'm on the cusp of figuring something out, and I'm going to try it out with a session I'm running with one of my players between other games. So that player gets to be a guinea pig on several things, including my sort of homebrew attempt of how to make dynamic lighting and the effect of Fog of War less annoying than it usually is. So, with that being said, I'm going to put us back on the slate, and then I am going to go over to Twitch and find out who might be running a game now of some kind. I should double check and see if anybody has cashed in some points. No, they haven't. All right. You guys in the stream, you have the ability to cash in points, and one of the things you can cash in points for is at the end of the stream, if you would like to have us go and raid somebody in particular, you can tell us who to raid. All right. Kitten of Doom is playing Smite. So let's go ahead and raid that. Oh, wait a minute.
Threw a curveball there to you.
That. Yeah, we're going to raid Abe Cuenca. So, Abe Cuenca.
He's a good streamer, and he's one of my players in my game on Friday nights.
Okay. So, do you know what he's doing right now?
He's playing The Binding of Isaac Rebirth.
Okay.
Oh, Repentance
All right.
Rebirth.
Okay, well, everybody, you're about to head off to see Abe. Tell him we said hi. Tell him Doors of Fear sent us. Talk to you all later. Good night, everyone.
Take care.
There's a new binding of Isaac that just came out.
I had a
recently.
bunch
It's
of
pretty
points,
nice.
Gally. I had to spend some.